ばいいのか。もともと知らなかったのかもしれない。
どこかへ行ってしまうの？
どうも、ライトです。日本に住んでます。Hey, I'm Light. I've been living in Japan for just over 5 years now, and I'm gonna share the 5 jobs I had and have currently in Japan. And also, excuse the guy for cutting in the background. He's, I think, using a chainsaw or something to cut his toenails. I don't know, but he's hardcore. So let's go more into depth. Kanpai. Number 1, TV work. I was on TV recently on a CM, and I got so much money for just one day. They paid like everything for your hotel, your food, your drinks, your transportation. Even though I went by car, they cover everything. That's insane. Sometimes it's difficult to get the job because if you're pretty or smart, it doesn't matter. They want a specific person. For example, I applied for this role to be like a lot of money. I had all the skills, but I didn't look like a teacher, but I was a teacher at that time. So I didn't get the job. Weird. If you want to be on TV in Japan, never pay an agency to join them. They always need to invest in you. It means they trust you, they know that you can do well. So many agencies here ask like an entry fee, and that's ridiculous. So just be careful for that. Next, I was a waiter. Yep, a waiter in a cake shop. That was really awesome, but I really don't like to be a waiter because the service here in Japan is hardcore. Because you get no tips also, no tip. In South Africa, you get about 10%. And then I really like the manager. She always gave me like free cake, and her mother was strict. She always said she always looked at like the spoon, the way I put it, and she had a problem with that. But I mean, that's they have rules and expectations and a standard. It was really difficult, especially the business language. But yeah, it's a really good experience if you wanna force yourself to learn Japanese and think about the Japanese customs. For example, when they enter the shop, you have to say "Irashaimase" and think about the customer first. Next, factory work. Insane. It really depends where you work, but I worked at a headlamp factory where we actually made all the lights in a car. Now it was really heavy. I had to stand the whole time, 2 hours. For 2 hours I stand, then I sit for about 5 minutes, then stand again for 2 hours. And in my life I've never done so much work. It's insane. 12 hours straight, and I couldn't do anything after work. So I had also like shifts, 12 hour to sometimes 14, 16 hour shifts. I promise you, you get a lot of money, and you only do it for the money, nothing else. You can see no one really enjoys the work. Also, a lot of Filipinos come work in the factory for maybe like a year to get a lot of money, go back to their country, and they're settled for some time. And that's basically why I did it, and to learn Japanese. I had a lot of meetings, business meetings, and I didn't understand anything, nothing almost, because they spoke in business Japanese language, and they use, for example, I learned neji, like a screw. You have all the tools you use, but they use bisu, so they have really different Japanese language, business language. I learned so much, so I would recommend do it for the money, experience, and get out, because my body really couldn't handle all the weight, all the time. I just felt so negative, but at the end now it really paid off. But don't make a career out of factory work in Japan. I took a video after I worked at the factory, and I was really tired. I don't know how long I worked, but see the clip. Hey, 皆さんこんにちは。俺はライトですよ。I'm Light, and Yep, I live in Japan and I really wanted to talk about the Olympics in 2020, and we also have the Rugby World Cup in 2019. オリンピックスは本当に2020年ですと、ラグビーのワールドカップは
Also, a funny thing about factory work is not many people know how to use the computer. So if you know how to read katakana, so basically, and some kanji, you can use the computer very, very well. For example, Excel, PowerPoint, and just the basic stuff. And I did it for like a lot of spreadsheets and helped them translate stuff, and they were like amazed by my skills. So if you want to work in the office, you can definitely do that. Next, ALT work, assistant language teacher. Maybe you know what it means or what's expected and how the job goes, but for me, number one, you have a lot of free time. I love the free time because you can do anything. You can do a part-time job, you can spend time with your family, you can concentrate on developing new skills, starting a business, and that's insane because you get good money. Well, not really good because they don't update the salary so often. It used to be very good, now it's like, it's okay. But because I'm from South Africa, I didn't get a really good salary there. Now it's insane, well, for me. And next, you can be very social if you're a social person. So if you work in a like an office job, you don't really speak to a lot of people, but in school you just speak so much. You speak to a lot of people. You can also learn Japanese and the culture while you teach and see what activities the students do. Really interesting. I really love the students. They make almost everything worth it. In South Africa, I never wanted to do any speeches. I was so shy to speak English because I speak Afrikaans. Here I just speak English and Japanese, and I'm not really shy to do any classes or activities or have a seminar or go to an event. So I think my confidence is quite high. Next, JUCO. JUCO is like an eikaiwa where you just speak to students in English, do some activities. I really liked it because the students that go there, they actually want to learn. Parents also force them to learn, and they don't sleep in the class. They're not like bored. They really want to learn new things. That was really awesome. And next is the staff. They were so nice, extra nice every time. Awesome. But the thing I didn't like about JUCO is the timing. It's usually at night when you want to eat dinner or take a bath or just relax. Makes it really hard for you to pursue that as a full-time job because you have to sleep in the morning, go to JUCO at night, and that's a really weird cycle. Some people don't like it. Woo! We made it. Thanks so much for watching. If you made it till here in the video, I'm super happy. Leave a comment if you have a question, I'll answer it, and also I'll put the new subscribers and the comments in some of my next videos at the bottom. So have a beautiful day. Mata sarva. See ya!